Let's go!
You know, one thing that saddens me about living in the 2020s era of 2025 is not the small things people usually worry about, like, oh, this store is defunct and out of business now, or, oh, this product doesn't exist anymore, it's not on shelves anymore. No, it's more the fact that most people, for a part even my age, don't seem to know that records even exist anymore. They seem to only know that streaming services exist, like Spotify or YouTube Music. And while I can't say I blame them for this, as most people in this demographic of age, this day and age, use Spotify and YouTube Music, and most artists they listen to primarily drop on those platforms. But I guess it's just really shocking to me to see the fact that most people even my day and age now, in my same age range, don't know the fact that records are still widely available and in stores right now, as you can literally just go to a store right now and buy them. And I know that in the 80s and 70s and even 90s, record shops were in a big boom. And later in 2000s, the malls were kind of your place to go to in later years to get records or CDs or cassettes or whatever. I don't really think cassettes have been relevant since the 80s or 70s as well. But there's a handful of people like me in the demographic of this age that still enjoy listening to physical media on a regular, or at least occasionally, like vinyl, CD, and cassette. So that still brings a topic to what we're going to talk about today. Today, my ladies and gentlemen, we're going to dive into the story of a record company that used to exist and host a lot of famous and infamous and somewhat decent and notable bands over the years, until it became defunct because of a rather unfortunate circumstance of events. Today, yes, we will be talking about the rise and unfortunate downfall of Burger Records. My name is Vapor and Chris. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're comfortable. Grab some popcorn, grab a drink, relax, and let's dive into it. Burger Records was founded in 2007 in Fulton, California by members of the power pop band The Makeout Party, Sean Bohrman and Lee Rickard. I'll now refer to them as just Sean and Lee for the remainder of this video, just to keep things from being more confusing than they are. Sean and Lee actually have a history going back to each other as long as the 1990s as being friends though. Both attendees of the same high school in Anaheim, California, they became friends and bonded over a love of making music, writing zines and newsletters about the current bands they enjoyed in punk, metal, pop, rock, and other genres at the current time. Now, before the Makeout Party, which I'm going to take a wild guess to assume was their most successful band that they had a band that was called The Noise, with both of them in it, of course, as well. Around this time, 2006, was also when they started to use the official Burger Records logo, which was a result of Lee doodling and sketching on his work while at his desk bored. Around this time as well, they also decided it was about time to release some of their official records and vinyl through their label. But at this time, it was not called Burger Records yet, it was still called Burger Productions. But nonetheless, they released some vinyl and cassette of the Makeout Party. It wasn't until about 2007 when they started to officially form it into a label and call it Burger Records. And then they started to release a full Makeout Party LP compiled of songs old and new. And when they had it all together, put it out to release the standards of a record label's release of an LP. According to Sean, while on tour, a band handed them a cassette of theirs in a parking lot in Kansas, and after this, they both went online and decided to email a bunch of bands, asking if they'd like to release any of their material, old or new, on their label. Bands like The Go and Nobody were supported, as well as labels like Vice and Sub Pop. They even at this point had some notable bands actually being signed to them. Personally, some of my favorites on the label has got to be Brian Jonestown Massacre as well as The Garden, both two incredible bands I already listen to on the regular as well. And with this brings us on to our second chapter of Burger Records. In 2009, the company Total Trash Productions decided they were going to get something together for Burger Records and hosted the very first Burger Boogaloo, hosted at the Knockout in San Francisco, California. From that point on, the Burger Boogaloo was an annual hosting of an event that featured all the bands and live shows of all the fans of Burger Records, vinyls, and cassettes come out to enjoy, and just chill for a few hours at a park or a venue and have a good time. Also notable was the annual host, as every year the host would be none other than John Waters, the man behind the infamous Divine Drag Queen movies. Quickly, the event though found many punk and rock bands to host the lineups, as it featured many bands such as Iggy Pop, X, Buzzcocks, the OCs, No Bunny, and more. Also, a worldwide promotional campaign was held, trying to find bands from all over the world to perform, called the Burger Revolution. In that same year, shows were held for Burger Records in Milan, Stockholm, Melbourne, Tel Aviv, and more. Even after all that, those events, a second Burger album was then held after, in Santa Ana, California, which in result sold over 1,000 tickets and sold out. But how was all this fame and fortune lost? Did something happen? Did something actually bad happen? Well, you'll come to find out, yes. Yes, it in fact did. In 2020, very serious allegations would come out against the vocalist of the band Nobody, saying that he took advantage of young women and teenage girls, which eventually led to him quitting music. The weirdest part was the twisted turn of events, as usually people would just deny this or just go off the face of the grid completely. He straight up went and admitted it, saying he is very sorry for doing it, but straight up admits it that he did it, and then went on to quit music after admitting that he did all of that, and all of it is in fact true. After the allegations against Nobody, some people decided to look into Burger Records company as a whole, and find out some of the bands they were hosting were posting some pretty suggestive and rude stuff about it too. To also add on to the punch, they accused a lot of the bands they had on the label, such as Black Lips, the Growlers, and the Buttertones, among others, of hosting and normalizing sexual assault, sexual predation, and statutory rape at their shows. Because of this, in July 2020, Burger Records ceased productions. At the time of its shutdown, it had been in production for over a decade, at 14 years. And while this is sad, I can't say I entirely blame Burger Records as the company, and not more of the explicit members themselves for doing those actions. I mean, I kind of feel bad these guys had the record company partially destroyed by the actions of just some few bands, and not them. I mean, I've looked them up before making this video, and I already knew of them, really, to be honest, like, a bit of background info on people. More so the record company and story, you know. But I looked up after this to say this, like, I'm not even recording this, like, on script right now. I've looked up. Nothing is bad about them. Oh my god. I mean, I don't want to get, like, controversial, okay? But I just want to say 2020 was a crazy year. And, yeah. I'm surprised that they had to go under that too. But, yeah, also not surprised. And while Burger Records may be no more, at least we still have the bands that succeeded and stayed active and successful to provide us music, such as the Brian Jonestown Massacre, The Garden, the OCs, and more. And I think that's the best positive note to leave it at.
Let's go!
We're back to the end of another video. Well guys, my name is Vaporin Chris. If you're new here, consider giving a like and subscribe buttons. It greatly helps me to push out more videos like this for y'all and keep y'all entertained and enjoy the videos. And to everyone who's new here, subscribed already, I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining as well. Thank y'all for joining back again and enjoying a new video of mine. I'm sorry I've kind of been gone from uploads a bit. I've kind of been busy in personal life once again. So I put together this short little video for y'all. Well, I wouldn't say too short. I mean, it's a bit long, but yeah. But I'm going to put together probably a longer video for y'all sooner or later as well. I hope y'all just didn't get too upset or unsubscribe or something because I was gone for so long. I just want to let y'all know if I ever take hiatuses or long breaks, it's just because I'm doing stuff in my personal life or I'm just taking a mental health break for my own personal benefit, you know. So, yeah. I love y'all though, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.
I'm a schemer boy, I'm a dreamer boy, I love a girl that'll leave a fucking need a boy, baby, I'm